I'm not alone.
Hast du dein Wissen geteilt?
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
Keiner nimmt Flugblätter ernst. So unpersönlich.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Sie sind unter uns. Neue Untersuchung. Brauche ich eigentlich keine Untersuchung machen? Hey, Clarence. Guck mal. Ich bin der Beweis, dass es Vampire gibt. Also von daher. Über lokale Ursachen der Epidemie.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. If you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Miladies...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
Everybody here, there. Oh. Ich hab's verkackt. Das ist das Problem, ne? Alle Möglichkeiten, die ich kenne, für jede dieser Möglichkeiten gibt es wenigstens einen Abnehmer. Ich muss dann bloß immer herausfinden, wer ist der Richtige. Clarence glaubt, dass London von Vampiren infiltriert wurde. Ja gut, du hast erstmal was gegen deine Migräne, mein Freund. Und da fehlen mir immer noch die restlichen Hyopies hier. Blub.
You need some rest.
So. Rede mit mir. Schrei mich bitte dabei nicht an, okay?
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Okay, alles führt mich dahin.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Ich find's cool, dass man während der Dialoge theoretisch die Kamera bis sonst wohin drehen kann. So.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
Kommt drauf an, wen man fragt. Persönliches Bla.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Okay. So, na dann.
I may...
Ich hatte so die Hoffnung, dass das Aluminiumplatten sind, aber nein. So, was brauchte ich noch? Abzug, ne? Einen einzigen. Den kaufen wir doch mal. So. Da ich nie weiß, was noch kommt, lasse ich es erstmal. So. Familienporträt. Finde die Infektionsquelle. Begib dich zum zweiten Infektionsherd. Begib dich zum ersten Infektionsherd. Vor allem hier kann man auch noch, muss ich auch noch ein bisschen was abklappern. Hier. Die Viecher waren einfach zu stark. Hi Mom. Hi Avery. Schnell, 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 schnell.
Your father and I have spoken about your fiancé, Mary. We believe he'll be an honorable husband for you. We'll set a date for the marriage then. That way, I'm sure one of my children will give me grandchildren. I understand your thirst for knowledge, Jonathan, and your father and I are proud of it. But you are not that young anymore, my son. When will I meet your soulmate? You can ascribe my romantic tendencies to my French origins if you want, Aubrey. But I'll never cease to believe in a match made in heaven, my beloved.
Und?
I really wish you could meet her, Mother. You would love her.
Ist ja fast so, als ob das jetzt was Schlimmes wäre, dass Leute Selbstgespräche führen. Vor allem in dem Alter ist das jetzt alles andere als ungewöhnlich. So. Ach nee, ich habe einen Hinweis gekriegt. Wo ist meine Mama? Da ist meine Mama. Emily wird derzeit nur von... Emily spricht regelmäßig mit Toten, unter anderem mit ihrem Sohn. Ja, wie gesagt, jetzt nichts Alarmierendes. Ein Psychologe würde halt nur sagen, dass man halt nicht den Bezug zur Realität verlieren soll währenddessen. Ja, und immer noch am Leben teilhaben soll. Also, von daher... Selbstgespräche. Ich weiß nicht, wie oft man den Leuten sagen soll, dass Selbstgespräche was völlig Normales und Natürliches sind, was vom Verstand gesteuert wird. Ja, Mom.
Hello again, Mother.
So. Über Vater.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
Ich erinnere mich an sein Rätsel. Ist das vielleicht so ein Rätsel? Nee.
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles, as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant, more than I.
Okay. So, siehst du wirklich unsere Familie?
Do you really see Mary and Father? Do you also see me as one of the dead?
Yes. For many years, it was just a game. Since your father left us without a word, I took to the habit of speaking to him.
Yes, I remember. I sometimes spied on you and listened to you talking with Father in the garden. It made me so angry then. But it was just a game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But since then, my poor dead Mary visited me in my room. She led me to her grave, and there you were. I now know the dead can haunt us.
Wenn es ihr gut tut. So. Das hast du nicht verdient. Soll ich sie allein lassen? Soll ich dich allein lassen?
I'm so sorry. You did not deserve to endure this. Mary should never have done this to you.
That's true, my son. But you know what the worst part is? I liked it when Mary spoke in my head. Now she is silent, and it makes me so sad.
Should I leave you alone? Just ask, and I swear you'll never hear from me again.
Oh, no, Johnny. You're always welcome in this house. And one day, when I finally die, we'll all be together again. Just as Mary promised us.
Ja. Mama ist ziemlich willensschwach.
Goodbye, Mother.
So, was denn für ein Rätsel?
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon. Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses. I feel like reading.
Was für ein Rätsel? Warum reden die hier von einem Rätsel? Habe ich irgendwas bekommen, ohne dass ich es mitbekommen habe? Und selbst wenn, was würde mir jetzt das Rätsel bringen? Ja, ich weiß, ich soll mit Avery darüber reden. Na gut, dann reden wir mal mit Avery. Vielleicht kriegen wir noch was raus.
Did you know he returned from the war too? But the poor man does not. Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
So. Mein Vater schrieb mir diesen Brief. Na warte, das gleich. Oder? Nee, jetzt.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Scheiße, jetzt muss ich also das Inventar durchspülen nach dem Brief? Na, danke. Meine Mutter sieht mich als Toten.
Do you know my mother speaks to the dead members of this family?
Yes. I sometimes hear her speaking to you, Miss Mary, and her baby. Sometimes your father, too.
So she thinks I'm also dead. And what about you?
I believe she only sees her relatives as the dead she speaks to, Mr. Jonathan. It breaks my heart to see Miss Reed like that.
Wieso, wenn es sie beruhigt, ist es doch nichts Schlechtes. Ihr Zustand verbessert sich vielleicht. Meine Mutter gibt es nicht mehr. Ich fühle mich hilflos. Also die da fällt auf jeden Fall raus. Ihr Zustand wird sich nicht verbessern.
I am powerless to help her. She thinks I'm a ghost too. Whatever I say, she just sees me as another dead relative.
But you are still alive, Mr. Jonathan. That's the difference. And I am sure Miss Reed will realize it soon.
Okay, es hat schon mal nichts versaut. Das ist ja schon mal gut.
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
Not really, except all the Macpherson's servants resigned a few days ago. They feared becoming infected, they said.
The McPhersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan, but please return as soon as possible.
Familienporträt in der Nähe der Schienen hier. Ich dachte, ich bin erst davon ausgegangen, die reden hiervon, dass hier irgendwo ein Haus ist. Oh nee. Ganz woanders. So. Okay. Wir haben eigentlich mit genügend Leuten gequatscht. Wir haben jede Menge Hinweise.